Club, and Karen enjoys horse riding when she can, and their young girl has now taken an interest and had a couple of lessons. Charles used to play rugby in the past and was involved in weight training, and Louise is a keen leisure runner competing in 10k and half marathons, is interested in triathlons and thinking of joining Hull Triathletes. Gavin is a regular member of Beverley Knights Cycling Club, visits Hull Archery Club and supports Hull City, and Sophie is interested in horse riding, occasionally plays tennis with Amy and supports Hull City.
Nice one, I got all that.
So the women, equestrian and tennis.
Simplified things.
Football
And
Archery.
and archery and cycling.
so you're keeping yourself busy there, John.
All going in.
I'm reading Sam, it's going to show you all that.
Right.
Next question.
Right. Are there any health issues? Do they have any kind of medication or got any kind of illnesses?
Right, health issues. So it's under health.
Could we have a copy of that?
No. Health. Karen wears contact lenses. Charles has type 1 diabetes and wears glasses. Good.
That's it.
That's it.
Are any of them
Or
like
bees.
preggers?
No.
Any lasses?
None of them
Up the duff.
none of them are present.
So do they,
Known
have,
to be pregnant.
do they have to worry about this? Well, they still have to worry about the Zika virus, but not as much as.
Yes.
Are they all sexually active,
Yeah.
Apart from Charles.
apart from Charles?
Why?
Is he underage or?
How old are they all?
How old are they? What would you like?
That brings me on to that one.
Just their ages.
Mhm.
Okay.
I need it for the travel insurance.
Just their ages. Okay. Right. John's 34. James 31.
Inside out.
Bob is 36. Amy is 31. John JC is 34. Karen is 33. Charles is 37. Louise is 32. Gavin is 30. And Sophie is 32.
So why is Charles not sexually active?
Because they're just partners at the moment, so they're getting to know each other better. But they are living together, so it's not.
Are all the others married?
Yes.
Right, go on.
Have any of them got criminal records or
No.
anything?
Do any of them have any like allergies or anything like that?
Allergies.
Any
Health issues.
I've already asked that.
Phobias.
Yeah.
Phobias. Oh, like phobias. Right, phobias.
So what are we asking first then? Allergies?
But it all
Well,
corresponds to the same
Well,
thing. What
phobias,
they can and can't
phobias is
do.
different to allergies.
Well, yes, right. Well,
Do
should
you
we do
have any
allergies?
health issues?
Allergies first.
Allergies first. Right. Jane occasionally suffers from travel sickness. Allergies. Amy suffers from hay fever occasionally. Allergies. Good old Charles, that's hay fever.
He's a pain in the ass.
Louisa is allergic to nuts. And Sophie is allergic to nuts. What was next? Phobias. Jane suffers from agoraphobia.
What doesn't like going outside?
Amy suffers from agoraphobia.
Wider spaces, crowded places.
Karen suffers from entomophobia and trypanophobia.
Are you
I've heard that one before. I can't remember what it is.
Charles suffers from acrophobia. Heights. Louisa suffers from, she has got a little bit of fear of flying, so has to be condemning, and coal phobia.
What was that last one?
Coal phobia.
Was that all?
Shouldn't want cholera.
Was that all? Was that all of them with the phobia?
Choleraphobia.
Right, pain.
She's scared of cold.
What religions have they? What religions are they?
They're not. No worry.
Irreligious.
Any of them have any travel preferences? Like,
Special dietary
know
requirements.
some people don't like travelling by coach. They don't like to be sat down all day.
Also, that
Some
one
don't get to
woman
be
had
allowed to, yeah.
an issue with flying.
What was it? Dietary. We've only got one person who's not that keen on flying. But that doesn't mean to say...
Are they in them like
Which one's that?
vegetarians then?
Yeah, dietary
Right,
requirements.
shall we do likes and
I know-
dislikes food-wise?
Yeah.
Right, John likes spicy food, Mexican, Indian, Sichuan, dislikes offal. Jane likes spicy food like John. Bob likes good beer.
Good lad.
Amy likes white wine. Really hates junk food. John JC likes most things and beer, dislikes lager. Who's this? Karen will try almost anything, but in the past has had problems with her stomach while abroad, having diarrhea and cramps. She dislikes humidity. She's always on a diet, but she doesn't like being tempted too often. Charles, he must eat at regular intervals and must have carbs most of the time with his meals. He does like beer. He's obviously on a special diet due to his diabetes, and he can't have sugary drinks and fruit juices, and doesn't like hot spicy food. Louisa loves health foods and herb teas, dislikes shellfish, tomatoes and alcohol. Who's this? Gavin, health foods, loves health foods, training, and occasionally has alcohol. Dislikes junk food. And Sophie is really into health foods, vegetable juices, detoxing, natural therapies. Dislikes junk food, alcohol and pollution.
They're a funny bunch, aren't they?
Can they all swim?
Can they all swim?
No, because
We're planning swimming events.
Yeah.
Swimming
If they want to go
activities.
to a,
So can they all swim?
yeah, if they want to go to a beach, we've got to be careful about them. They might.
Give them armbands.
Charles.
Everyone.
It's always Charles.
What do they like in terms of entertainment then?
Entertainment. Right, okay. Entertainment. I presume that might come with likes, might it? Jane likes luxury, nice food, accommodation, health spas, so she's into going to spas. Bob, and in fact, and Amy are into arts and culture, history, good design, etc.
Oh,
No, that's about it, really. Looks like it. Nothing great.
What sort of, how do they dress? How do they all dress?
What's that matter?
Well, you don't want
You
to...
said man, it's a stupid question.
Nah, when you go into a
We're
country
not-
like Brazil, you
We're
need...
not clothing them. We're just
oh, you
planning
should
a
actually,
trip
yeah.
for-
You're supposed to dress like the locals, apparently, according to what I was looking at.
You don't
So you don't get mugged.
They're
You don't
into
want to stand
casual
out.
clothing, wouldn't expect them in suits and...
Have any of them got any time constraints for when they travel? Like holiday, from work, things like that? Or is it an open book?
Right, here we go. Occupation. John is a teacher at secondary school. Jane is a teacher at primary school. Bob is self-employed, runs a small graphics and media firm in Hull. Needs to be in regular contact with the firm and requires broadband connectivity to require view large media files. Amy is the PA to Bob. John JC is an area manager involved in vehicles. Karen is a part-time sales executive. Charles is a sales executive in car sales. Louisa is unemployed but does some occasional voluntary work. Gavin is a sports club assistant manager. And Sophie is self-employed, running her own beauty therapy company with a staff of 10. Needs to be in contact with them via phone on a daily basis.
It's got to be school holidays.
Well, the Olympics are in August anyway. I think join school all day.
What about the family? What do they have any family that have any interest in sport or anything like that? Play
I
sports?
did give you a clue,
Yeah.
didn't I?
Yeah, I've got it.
Did
Don't
you
I?
spot the
Daughter,
clue?
yeah.
Can,
Daughter.
well, I assume they can all drive.
Well, which one are we going for?
Can they leave the kids on their own?
Right. John and JC have two kids, a boy age 5, a girl age 8, and they will stay with the grandparents in Gould.
That's right.
Why do we need to know this? We don't need to know this. We're just project managers. We're just planning the trip. We don't need to know what they're doing with the kids.
Can they all
That's
drive?
down to them to sort the kids out.
Can they
We're
all
just
drive?
dealing-
Well, there might be an issue.
Can they all drive, or can we?
Oh, drive. Okay, driving licences. Driving licence. John's got a driving licence in car, motorcycle, vans and minibuses. Jane has just got a car. Bob has a driving licence including minibuses. Amy's just got a car licence. John JC has a HGV licence and car. Karen has just got a driving licence. Charles has got a driving licence. Louisa, no. And The other two have got driving licences. Okay.
How much money do they all earn?
Yeah, but what's
Yeah.
John and Jane, before tax, 55 to 60k.
Combined.
Combined.
Yeah.
Bob and Amy, 60 to 65k. John, JC and Karen, 40 to 45k. Charles and Louisa, 45 to 50k plus bonuses. And Gavin and Sophie, 65 to 70k.
So budget's not that big an issue then.
They're working up. That's Megan, yeah.
Well, you don't ask what they do yet.
I thought you said what they did. I thought one was on his own graphics.
Well, there we go then. There you are.
Well, one was unemployed and one was just an assistant manager at healthcare.
One was a volunteer.
One was a volunteer.
Yeah,
you just said she earned 35 plus.
Yeah, but, sales executive with bonuses?
Yeah, that's fair enough, yeah. Who was a volunteer then? How much does she earn?
She didn't know anything, but her partner, Charles,
Ah.
is a
The
sales
awkward
executive.
Charles.
Sits behind a desk all
They've
the
got the
time.
moolah then, haven't they?
How fit are they? no, because looking at the plan and stuff, for one of the...
Well, they're all reasonably fit apart from...
Charles.
Oh, well, there you go.
Alright.
Who finds
Diabetic,
walking
isn't it?
distance and carrying heavy items at times difficult. But, you know, you can do.
What other questions have we got?
Pretty much covered.
That's it, innit?
Trypanophobic's where you're scared of needles, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so one of them needs
So that's
insulin
fair,
injections, the other's scared
Have
of
we got
them.
any pets?
Scared of them.
Pets? Well, children.
Taking the pets holiday.
I mentioned pets.
No, that's
Right, there's some more questions on there.
They need to have malaria tablets, don't they? before
So none of them have criminal
Do any of them
records, do
want
they?
Any sort of
No.
medication,
Don't
daily
know.
medication?
Charles?
Charles. Said-
Done that already.
I've heard said
Yeah,
that.
we've done that.
already.
Right,
Trying to think of
Malaria tablets.
We've covered everything I think that we thought of initially. Because next of kin is not really
emergency contact details.
Where do they all
Who are
live?
they going to call?
Yeah.
Oh, live, right, we go. John and Jane, Bishop Burton. Bob and Amy, Cottingham. John, JC and Karen, Hull Marina. Charles and Louisa, Swanlands. And Gavin and Sophie in Beverley.
How does he intend to get... Oh, any preferred airports to travel from?
Your choice.
Are they to actually, I don't know if I've missed this, but are they going as one group?
Going as a group.
They are going as all
Yeah, they're all
So you get
friends.
minibus to the airport.
Well,
Yeah, but
they
they all-
play,
They all got...
cycle together, you know.
There's some connection between
Yeah, play tennis together, etc.
They all got passports.
Yes, apart
They're not going to go out on date anytime soon.
from Karen, that she'll need reminding that hers needs renewing.
So Karen
Can I have a minibus when
Do
we
they have
get
any
there?
emergency contact numbers in case if anything happens to them,
That's in the passport.
family?
Is
Is it?
it?
I didn't know that.
Last page.
Alright, yeah,
Well,
fair
if
enough.
you choose to fill it out.
If you fill it out.
I don't think I'll fill that out.
I haven't. You have to remind them to fill it out then.
Have we got any more?
So they can all go for the full... I mean, the Olympics is 17 days. They can all go for the full 17 days if they wished.
That's the point, isn't it?
We've got to
Well,
decide.
Do we have a timetable yet? Like when all the events are like?
No, wait.
It's
So-
on the website. Anything else you want to ask?
Got the budget, got the times.
Do any of them dislike any sport?
No, nothing mentioned about really hating any sport. Tell you what they do dislike if you.
Oh,
Yeah,
do any of them
what
speak
dislike?
any second languages?
Just let him answer one question
Oh,
first.
sorry. That was a better question.
Dislikes. John, I've mentioned offal. He doesn't like offal. Jane doesn't like cheapness. Bob hates kitsch.
What?
Kitsch.
What's that?
Who's he?
It's a sport.
Maybe not.
Kitsch. Kitsch.
A drink.
Amy hates junk food and kitsch. John JC dislikes lager. Karen is really not keen on humidity. Charles dislikes spicy food, sugary drinks, fruit juices. Louisa dislikes shellfish, tomatoes, and alcohol.
I think I dislike Charles.
Gavin dislikes junk food, and Sophie junk food, alcohol, and pollution.
How much do they all weigh? And how tall are they?
Not really.
How much luggage do they want to take with them?
Apart from It's one question.
Extra leg room.
Extra leg room, Charles.
I thought it sounds like it might be.
Charles, man.
So we could just
Well, how much luggage do you need?
Well,
Just
just
23
like-
kilograms, okay.
No.
What question were you going to ask before?
Oh, right. How many of do anyone speak second languages? Anyone speak Portuguese by any chance?
No, they're all typically British.
So we can book them into an all-star, 5-star, all-inclusive resort
You've got to give them 2 options. So.
in Rio. We've got all the food, big choice of food, big choice of drinks. You're made out there. One-off fee, and then taxis to and from the games. Easy peasy.
There's 23 kilograms
Kids
of
for-
luggage, for them all.
Yeah.
Already
You can find a good hotel in Rio.
Yes.
Have any of them got any preferences to the choice B?
Yeah. There's one called Temptations. There's one called Temptations.
Do they prefer stay?
Because you had choice
I
A.
did, yeah.
Then there's
I've-
more pollution.
I've given you
One of them look like
a
pollution.
sort of-
Oh, you just picked that up from the information we've got.
Yeah, I've given you a clue that some of them like cycling
Yeah.
and tennis
Yeah.
and horses.
Do they prefer to stay in resorts or villas?
It's up to you when you're.
They're having an all-inclusive out
Yeah.
there. 5 stars. Easy, isn't it?
Well, not that necessarily.
They have like
How
10
much are they
restaurants. They have
willing
10
to pay?
restaurants. They have 10
Willing to
bars.
pay? Well, if you should be able to work out their monthly income. And
I mean,
think
some people might have
It depends what if they've got
ideas.
Budget.
Depending on what kind
Yes,
of
but
other
that you
can-
financial
How many
commitments they have.
So
Not all
not
of
all
them. If it's
mortgages.
going to be
There's some
3K,
kids,
they
so
might
you need
not
to
be able
think
to do
about what's reasonable.
what's reasonable for them.
Yeah.
You said one of them's acts up on the heat.
Humidity, yeah.
Yeah, does that mean things like, is it major? Can you get like heat, do they get heat rash and stuff like that?
Just doesn't like humidity.
Just doesn't like it, no
Yes.
reaction to
It's just
it.
moisture in the air.
Right.
So,
I just know because I get
so
the
it's,
pressure on.
it's just,
I don't like being wet.
no.
Yeah, just if they dislike
Yeah,
it.
but you find it difficult breathing, so,
Mhm.
Oh,
if you're out the
Do
door.
I need them Bernies?
yeah, we're in first.
Any of them ginger?
Who would had like skin cancer in the past, Rob?
Nobody's had skin cancer.
What
they're,
a
they're,
question.
No, it's a bad
Mate,
question.
We're
You've
not
got-
babysitting
you've
them.
got
They can
one
bring
in the-
suntan
you've
lotion
got
and
one
they
in
can
the
bring
group.
clothes.
Sorry?
You've got one in the group who can tell everybody about skincare,
That's right, sorry.
haven't you?
The healthcare, beauty.
Hair beauty therapist.
Yeah.
She can be there telling you all about
They can
skincare,
look after themselves. You just
and
want to provide it.
lotions and everything else.
So yeah, what kind of level of... are they going to have a guide? Or is it going to
That's
be...
up to you.
Are they going to be left to hire their own minibus and...
Well,
what do they
Bob,
do?
Bob and Amy are really into arts and culture and history. Right.
Tickets are
Excursions
free, aren't
to
they?
visit the Rio.
You know, so that's what they really like.
So
You've
we've
got
got some excursions.
You're somebody who's got a
Swinging.
phobia that you might not want to go down to a carnival. So
Yeah,
that might be
true.
sort of something that.
Transportation too.
Hopefully. If they're going in the summer, hopefully they'll have to worry about that.
Have any of them got any like disabilities or anything like that? Like,
You've done that.
have you ever done that?
You've
I
done,
can't-
yeah.
I can't remember.
Charles,
They're all into sports and he's diabetic. That's it.
I mean, like, nah.
Do they all like fish and chips?
do they like fish and chips? Well, is that classed as junk food?
No.
I wouldn't consider
Just clarify, there's no vegetarians, will there?
12 quid for a fish and chips.
Well, you've got no vegetarians, but if you remember what I said about Louisa, she doesn't like shellfish, tomatoes, and alcohol. So that's
Get on
a bit
Brazilian
of a
barbecue.
problem to a certain extent. You've also got people like Louisa, who's the marathon runner, who likes health foods and things of that nature. And likewise, Sophie, the beauty therapist, is into health foods, vegetable juice, detoxing, natural therapies, etc. So there is that sort of health side. Given that they're all reasonably sporty, you know, they'll probably watch out how many
They're on
packets of chips they might eat and lumps of lard. I would suggest
Have they all flown before?
very good. There we go. They've all flown before, apart from where is she?
Who's afraid of flying?
Yes,
Louisa.
Louisa's not too
Louisa.
happy in flying.
Any
She
partic-
must have flown
Are they alright
before.
travelling economy? Or
Shouldn't like-
would they mind travelling business class? Or?
Well, I think we go back to Jane, don't we? Which from last
Who
week's
likes
presentation,
luxury.
who does like a little bit of luxury.
You know,
It's how you-
fucking
But
sexy,
should everybody
can't
else pay for a bit of luxury?
Well, exactly. So
Yeah,
you
you got it.
you need to think about her and her. She likes cosy environments because she doesn't like big open. So she's not into big hotels or lots and lots of people.
She's just going to suck.
Oh,
Mm.
well, cancel that one.
Well, that's why.
Yeah, you can get some all-ins that are in their own little villas.
There we go. Right.
So they've got their own space. Easy.
Anyone else?
Because some people don't, you know, if they go into a big event, that's a lot of people, you know, in a big, so you might steer them towards smaller ones, etc., etc.
Can you split these up? Do they all have to go to the same event, or can you do two
Well, you could.
or three groups?
Well, there are somebody who are interested in archery.
Yeah, there might be some like clashes between
Well, there
events
might
anyway.
be. There could be a
Split
question.
off in groups
do
and
they have
pairs
to?
as well.
Can they split into subgroups?
If
or
you
no?
wish.
Just depends. But
If they're on at the same time, you're going to pick your archeries and your horse ridings, aren't you?
You know,
If them events
it
are
just
the
means
same time.
travelling more than once instead of going. If you're going
you've got somebody, you've got people who are interested in cycling, they might want to go to the velodrome. You've got people who are interested in horses, they might want to see equestrian. And you've got people who are interested in archery.
Depending on the times.
And you've also got a runner. And somebody who used to do weightlifting. And football. And rugby. I don't
You're
think...
not going to keep everybody happy.
Well, you're not... But, you know, there's a whole
Yeah, they
selection.
can split off in pairs, can't
Around
they?
the times of
Rugby
rugby
is
sport,
Olympic
and then just plan it around that.
I can't remember
It wasn't it in the disabled ones, wasn't it?
Forget the times, they will get away the location of that, 'cause they're not all in one place, are they?
No, they don't play rugby.
I think there was talk of like bringing it in.
So they've got a whole range of... They're like people. You know, if they all liked the same thing.
Yeah.
But there are similar things, you know.
Trying to
like
accommodate as much as possible.
3 of them play tennis together. We've got a group that go off cycling. 2 of them are interested in archery. They all like, well, not all of them, but a lot of them like football. The other thing, of course, is the Olympics is about the experience, isn't it? Some people just booked the opening ceremony, and some people just booked for the events.
So the ticket to one main event, not the opening ceremony, or is that
Well,
classed as an event?
it's up to you if you want
Right.
to class that, but you know, you have to give you some freedom.
So they've won one ticket.
Well, it's like a pass, I presume. You can class it as, you know, for want of it.
And go see whatever.
Yeah, rather than one ticket like to one event,
Yeah,
you go and see
yeah.
archery or this or
All
that,
that,
or all
yeah.
this. Yeah. And they've won one each, so 10.
10.
And they don't all have to be the same.
They have to be the same. But that's up to you. Like, you might
Yeah.
overcomplicate
Try
things.
and plan as much in together as possible.
Right.
You got,
I think that's
have
it.
you got everything?
Yeah.
I don't know if we've got everything. I don't know if I can think of it.
You do everything on the list.
With everything that we thought of. In,
Have we missed
in the
anything out?
meeting.
Yep.
Anything obvious?
Well, some things that might make the trip better than others.
We've had food preferences. haven't we?
Entertainment preferences, we've had that way.
Music. What music did you listen to?
Very
It's irrelevant. You're not going to a music concert, so it doesn't really matter, does it?
Might do.
do any of them have any hobbies other than sports? And the job?
well, we've got art. Some of them like arts and culture, history, good design. Obviously, that would be the people who run the...
What about nighttime entertainment? That even bothered?
No, nothing specific. Oh, we've got beer, haven't we? We've got some people who like a pint,
And some don't.
and some don't.
Yeah.
Have they got any elderly relatives that are ill, or any relatives that are ill?
No. Well, we do know that we've got some kids stopping with their grandparents in Goole. So you might want to have you contact kids.
And do you prefer to use public transport rather than rent a minibus or whatever?
That's up to you. You've got people who drive minibuses. What else?
No, I can't think of anything else.
They're all couples.
Do they all get on with each other?
Yeah, they get there, but they're all couples, so some of them have been married. So.
Oh, do any of them want kids? On the, well, you know, because
No,
that
they don't
Zika
want kids,
vaccine.
no.
To an holiday.
No, because they said that health thing.
No, I don't
None of them are
That's why
really
they're
so
kids.
terribly. No, you know, they're all sort of sexually active, but they probably won't be.
Are,
one
they,
of them.
are any of them swingers?
No, none of them are swingers.
You've been dying to ask that always.
No, none of them are swingers or anything. Like that.
They're all married.
Right, boring bunch.
Have any of them got their anniversary or anything?
Ah, right. John and Jane have got their wedding anniversary on the 9th of August.
Is that it?
Well, that's the only.
Yeah, the only one that's got it.
Yeah, but it could be.
Birthdays.
Ah, birthdays! There we go. Right, 27th, right. We've got John, 27th of February, Jane, 11th of November.
Very good.
Well, they're not in
Bob, 20th of August. Amy, 23rd of December.
20th of August.
John JC, 16th of October. Karen, 28th of July. One of the young girl, has a birthday on the 12th of August. Charles, the 3rd of May. Louise, the 14th of August. Gavin, the 14th of February. Oh, yesterday. And Sophie, the 23rd of June.
Right.
So August the Olympics into September.
Yeah.
What
doing
other
other sport.
events, though? There's the other events.
There's the other events in July and May.
And it probably will line up with them birthdays.
Oh,
quite
that's
well.
true. Would I do a thing like that to you?
No, it's not a significant birthday.
Yeah, is it,
How old are they all?
I've told
Got
you
that.
We've got ages.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
So he's at the age they are now, so if the guy whose birthday's gone, will he be +1 to what you...
Well, depending, you have to work it out. Yeah, it's the age today.
Yeah.
Don't
It's their age
send
today.
these answers to Jamie.
Well, we've got John 81, Jane 85, Bob 80, Amy 85, John 82, Karen 83, Charles 79, Louisa 84, Sophie 86, not Sophie, Gavin 86, and Sophie 84.
Have we got any relatives close to any of the sporting events or anything
Was
like
that
that?
their age, is it?
No, the day,
Year of birth.
Oh, sorry.
I was going to say, they're going to kick the bucket soon.
30, looking down and thinking, what? Sorry, yeah.
None of them have got relations in Brazil. They've
do
obviously
any-
got relations in Yorkshire.
Do one
Have
even-
got relations in Yorkshire? Whereabouts in Yorkshire? Or does it... No, right.
Any of them have some sort of OCD
Google.
or anything like that?
Well, that's that.
Yeah, some of them would be awkward, won't they?
Well, I think Charles is pretty awkward.
Yeah, well,
You
yeah.
know, you know,
That's just a
Karen, you know,
Just leave Charles
has
out.
2 phobias. You know, so any jabs she's going to have.
What are the contact details for grandparents in Google?
That's it.
Well, that's that one. It's on the passport.
You just need a method of contacting them.
Yeah.
So, internet.
Do they want a hotel with Wi-Fi? That's important, isn't it?
Yeah.
She'll need it if she needs to keep in
One of them
contact
needs
with
to
them,
work.
won't
No,
they?
no,
Needs
no,
their phone as
Bob will be taking his laptop because he needs to look at large media files, so videos, etc. See how during that any period away.
Do any of them smoke?
Not mentioned. All reasonably healthy.
Any of them do drugs?
None of them do drugs. Most of them are pretty healthy, apart from
Charles.
Charles.
They don't have a criminal record.
They don't have a criminal record.
So, people can do drugs and not have a criminal record.
Yeah,
Don't
so,
get caught.
Sophie's very much into health, you know, with her fruit juices and vegetable juices and hates pollution, skincare, etc.
That's it then.
Can't think of anything else.
No, I'm trying to think. There is some else, otherwise it's
Obviously, it's something.
builders on.
Well, I've given you a few clues, so you can't think of any more. You might think of some.
We're going to ask questions after this.
Yeah.
You could send you
Next
emails.
week, yeah.
That's what we're doing next week,
Let's
though.
go.
We coming in here again.
Yeah, we'll just check to
I've got
make.
another question, unrelated to this.
Oh,
What's the... Well, it is related to this, not related to the project.